we initiate chaos. Theory guarantees that we'll play like lightning shots, sounding like thunder. For every time in the face that it hits us, we're faster. Well, they should know by now. They see the world keeps trying to shake us. It only wakes us. The pendulum swings. The pendulum swings. It's in a beautiful darkness, only another. It's full steam ahead, full steam ahead. All about the Petty Express, misdirected from the start. It's a runaway train. I come a freight train. I come a freight train. In a beautiful darkness, the Petty Express. In a beautiful darkness.
Well, good morning, everyone. We are on day 5 of the Brian Walshe case, but I realized when I broke down yesterday, day 4, that I forgot to point out a really big point that was brought up yesterday. Because it was so information dense, I think my brain was just done. But the state made a point going through the Google search history of Brian's phone that there had been searches for William Fastow on the 25th of December. So the entire defense kind of theory of this case that Brian knew nothing of William Fastow, they're going to have to explain the William Fastow search, because why would you, if you thought your wife was missing, if you thought your wife wasn't, was in a plane crash or a car crash, and things like that, why would you go look up the guy that sold you a townhouse in DC? But that's something that I did forget to say, but was a pretty big issue. And I wonder if the jury caught it because it was so dense yesterday, or if that's going to be something that they're going to realize as they go through their notes. Let's see. Trooper Keefe is still on the stand. I do believe that we are going to, after we get out of the "is there anything you need to talk about" stage, we should be ready for a cross of Trooper Keefe. And just looking ahead at the comments that were going on, I don't think it's going well for them. The defense is going to have a real uphill battle. And again, looking at the chat, it seems like no one's buying this anymore, but that's on the Law and Crime chat, and Law and Crime does tend to be less defendant friendly, but I think this is not a case that you need, you need a functional frontal cortex to say something doesn't seem right. He definitely looks more disheveled in his hair today. And I do have this at 1.25 just to get us going. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, the cell phone talk, having flashbacks from the Karen Reed trial. It also looks like maybe he hasn't been allowed to shave in a little bit. I have very serious doubts whether he would be this unkempt in his regular life. Good morning.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. All persons have anything to the Honorable Justice Diane Fernandez, Justice of the Norfolk Superior Court. Brought near to your attention, you shall be heard. Look at the call of the Massachusetts to this honorable court. Please be seated. Please turn up your cell phone.
Good morning, jurors. Good morning. Hope you all had a nice night. Jurors, will start today with the questions that we have every morning. Jurors, were you able to comply with my order that you not speak to anyone about this case?
Yes.
Were you able to comply with my order that you not do any research about this case?
Yes.
Were you able to comply with my order that you not access any social media or any news media?
Yes.
And you all still have open minds?
Yes.
Honestly, it's that last question. So probably this weekend I will have an unboxing. I finally got all of my costumes in. So I have my curious cat ears on because I'm willing to hear the defense out. But thus far, all my human ears have captured is BS. So I'm wondering if the curious cat ears will help me, finally hear the defense's story and make it make sense. But that's a lot to ask of cosplay ears. I'm just saying.
First, again, thanks for your obedience to those rules. We're ready to begin today's work. The record to reflect that all jurors have answered yes to all the questions. You can come back on the stand.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. They weren't ready for cross. So this is still the state. And I do have it at 1.25.
Morning, Trooper. You understand you're still under oath?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please be seated.
Thank you.
And you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I approach?
You may.
Trooper, do you recognize that report I just handed to you?
Yes, sir.
And have you had a chance to review that report before coming in here today?
Yes.
Is that a redacted version of what's been marked for identification I with some images blurred out?
Yes.
And so that would be a
Okay, so this is actually going to be a pretty probably important next part to pay attention to. Because these are going to be the text between Anna and Brian. These were ones that I guess needed some redaction as far as pictures in them, but it looks like we are finally going to be able to get into the text messages between Brian and Anna. And for those of you who have just come in, I did fail to mention yesterday just because, goodness, cell phone stuff is not my jam. I'm going to be very honest with you, but I think it's important to note that despite what the defense says, it was brought out on the Google search history of Brian's phone that he was looking up William Fastow on December 25th. Now, this is supposed to be that time where he thought she was, dead. There was a plane wreck. Well, my question to everyone in the audience is, if you think your wife is, probably injured, why are you looking up the guy who sold you the townhouse? Unless you maybe knew that your wife was boinking the townhouse guy. My husband's cleaning out stuff and he's like, do you know what this is? And I'm like, I think it's a steamer. Oh, no, it's a mixer. It's a handheld mixer. It's like, it's not a flashlight. Don't be jealous of my glamorous life where I, identify everyday objects that we haven't used in a while. But back to the big thing that did come out yesterday, it does look like Brian was somewhat aware of something going on with William Fastow because he did research him on the 25th. Again, claiming that he had no idea that his wife was in an extramarital affair or anything. No, it's a mixer. You put the little, mixy dealers in there. And yeah, our old mixer broke. Or we can't find the little doodads that you shove in the thing before you... Look, my house is chaos. This is why I watch trials to relax. So this is going to be one that we definitely want to, pay attention to because this might give us a more true kind of sense of how their marriage was going.
collection of text messages between the number identified for Brian Walsh and the number identified for Anna as far as contacts. Is that correct?
That is correct.
What are the last four digits of the Brian Walsh number?
The last four is 8646
And what are the last digits for Anna New?
7966.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth would seek to have this marked as the next exhibit, the redacted version of Anna.
Any objection?
No objection.
The Celebrite report between the interactions of the phone ending in 8646 to 7966 is now in evidence as Exhibit 169.
Giggity.
Thank you.
Your Honor, may I publish 169?
You may.
Thank you. Ms. Gilman, can we have what's been marked as 169 on the screens, please? Trooper, directing your attention to the first text on the page. Which phone number is, what are the last four digits of the phone number sending this text message?
8646.
What is the body of the text?
Hello.
And what is the date and time it was delivered?
December 25th, 2022 at 11:53 a.m.
And Ms. Gilman, could you scroll down to the next two texts? Trooper, which number is sending this text?
The number ending in 8646.
And what is the body of this?
Thomas asked if you were coming today.
And what was the date and time it was delivered?
December 25th, 2022 at 11:53 a.m.
And then if you could scroll down, Ms. Gilman. Thank you. Trooper, which number sent this next text in the chain?
The number ending in 8646.
And what is the body of it?
I haven't heard from you at all.
And what is the date and time it was delivered?
December 25th, 2022 at 11:54 a.m.
Now, could you, Ms. Gilman, scroll down to the next text in that chain? Trooper, which number is sending this message?
The number ending in 7966.
And what is the body of this text?
My flight got canceled driving up.
And what was the date and time it was read?
December 25th, 2022 at 12:57 p.m.
Ms. Gilman, can we go to page 51? Trooper, this top text on the page, which number is sending it?
Could you scroll up a little bit?
Yep. I guess you'd have to go all the way up to 50. Which number is sending this text, Trooper?
The number ending in
Wrong
8646.
And if we could go back down to 51? What was the time in the bottom corner of this text after it says sent?
December 30th, 2022, 6:33 p.m.
Now, Ms. Gilman, could you scroll down to the next message in the chain?
Thank you, unbalanced equation for the beaters. Yeah, I think my youngest, most feral, just has this requirement that if he finds something that fascinates him, regardless of what it is, he has to take that item and put it in the last place that anyone would ever think to look up for it. I am sure once we move out of this house, I will find everything that he has just randomly placed, like a weird, odd little Johnny Appleseed, just random-ish everywhere. Because, that just seems to be what he does. And I do the same thing. I tend to think that future me is going to remember where, current hot mess me puts things. I don't. I always hope that I do one day remember things after they happen or before they happen. Okay, let's go back to this.
Thank you. Trooper, which phone is sending this message?
The number ending in 8646.
And what is the body of it?
Hello, Thomas found the phone playing on William's bed. William said he forgot it was there. Ha ha ha. Okay, call anytime.
What is the date and time? Now, this doesn't say delivered, correct? Or is there a time when it was delivered?
It does not say, sir.
What is the date and time in the bottom corner of the text?
January 2nd, 2023 at 2:33 p.m.
And so, sir, if there's no delivered, what does that mean?
I don't believe it was ever delivered to the intended recipient.
But there's a date and time. Is that when the text was written?
The bottom right?
Yes.
That's when it was sent.
That was when it was sent, because there's a status saying sent.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, again, the defense has already stated that after the first, Anna was no longer alive. This man, again, you have to believe that he was so incredibly emotionally disturbed that the thought of, getting any help or any actual, normal funeral home for his wife was beyond the question, and he desperately went to dismemberment. But he's also sane enough and cunning enough to do a Chandler Halderson and basically send a text to a dead person. It's so twisted.
Can we scroll down to the next text? Trooper, which phone number is sending this?
The number ending in 8646.
Could you read the body of this?
Hello, where are you? Please call, text, or email. Exhausting day with the boys, and we had fun. Going to bed early. Big day tomorrow for everyone. I still love you. Ha ha ha.
And what is the date and time in the bottom?
Again, with what we know now, I still love you. Ha 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 ha. is so much more sinister. I don't think the defense understands what this means. I know the jury doesn't know that he's admitted to this, but I think based on just what's been brought in, this is so incredibly disturbing when you know the context. Again, big day, ha 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 ha. And coincidentally, let's see, this is the second. It's just so inherently creepy.
January 2nd, 2023, 7:18 p.m.
And does this note if it was delivered?
It does not.
Could we go to the next page, page 52? Which number sent this message, sir?
The number ending in 8646.
And what is the body of it?
Hello.
And what is the date and the time?
January 3rd, 2023 at 6:39 a.m.
Does this denote if it was delivered?
It does not.
Could we have the next text? Which number sent this?
The number ending in 8646.
And what is the body of it?
Where are you?
And what is the date and time of this?
January 3rd, 2023, 6:39 a.m.
And this has a status of sent?
Yes.
Could we have the next message? Which number sent this?
The number ending in 8646.
And what is the body of it?
I'm worried. Please call or email.
And what time was this sent?
January 3rd, 2023, 6:39 a.m.
Could we go to page 53? Which number sent this message, sir?
The number ending in 8646.
What is the body of this?
Where are you? I just called and it went straight to voicemail. Calling you in.
Okay, did this dude just watch the Chandler Halderson case and decided he was going to make up his own, Mr. Spiegel and, oh gosh, what was it, Miss Smythe? All the ones that Chandler did, payroll messed up, so I'm not going to get paid, so I need to talk to accounting. Why are we playing Dear Diary with our dead wife's phone? Or, well, our phone to our dead wife's phone.
Viber now.
And what is the date and time this message was sent?
January 3rd, 2023, 8:30 a.m.
Can we have the next message, please? Which number sent this?
The number ending in 8646.
And what is the body of this text?
I will call after I drop the boys. If I don't hear from you this morning, I'm going to report you missing.
What is the date and time this was sent?
January 3rd, 2023 at 8:32 a.m.
And going down to the next message? What number sent this message?
The number ending in 8646.
What is the body of this message?
Hello, I texted your sister and Alyssa. I am calling Jeff if I don't hear from you. Where are you?
And what is the date and time this was sent?
January 3rd, 2023, 12:16 p.m.
Going down to page 54. Sir, which phone sent this message?
The number ending in 8646.
And what does the body of it say?
Hello,
And what is the date and time it was sent?
January 3rd, 2023, 7:03 p.m.
And the next message, sir? Which phone sent this?
The number ending in 8646.
And what is the body of this text?
Where are you? The boys and I are worried. I'm calling work tomorrow if I don't hear from you.
And what is the date and time this was sent?
January 3rd, 2023, 7:04 p.m.
Going down to the next message. What is the phone number that sent this?
The number ending in 8646.
And what is the body of that?
Where are you?
And what is the date and time that was sent?
January 4th, 2023 at 10:14 a.m.
And can we go to page 55 for the final message? Sir, what number sent this?
The number ending in 8646.
And what is the body of it?
I am calling Jeff now.
And what is the date and time it was sent?
January 4th, 2023, 10:15 a.m.
For the messages on January 2nd through January 4th of 2023, does any of the messages denote that they were delivered?
It does not appear that.
Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Cross-exam.
All right, let's hang on to our butts. I've got my curious cat ears so we can figure out how this is totally not all the sus.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yesterday, you testified to what you referred to as location data, correct?
Yes.
And the location data that was retrieved by apps, various apps that are contained on the devices.
Yes.
And is it fair to say that with regards to apps being able to collect location data, that service can be turned off in those devices?
If the user decides to.
Okay. And if the user decides to turn off the location tracking aspect of any app, then that particular app just does not collect the location data, correct?
To the best of my knowledge.
Okay. So to the best of your knowledge then, if someone knew how to turn off the location data for all the apps on any device that they were using to go from point A to point B, you wouldn't have that.
Mr. Mo is continuing to work on construction, so I'm trying not to make you guys hear the hammering, since, you know, he's trying his best to get this stuck on floor off. But Old Man River, you understand if your client had actually not been a dumbass and turned off all his geolocation on all of his apps, they would have no information. Where the hell are we going with this? This is why you have someone under the age of octogenarian question when the interweb's involved.
Data that you told us about yesterday.
The phone collects quite a bit of data at all times.
I thought you just answered the second to last question. To the best of my knowledge, if you turned off the apps, the device would not collect location data.
Well, app-specific location data. Yes.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to speak up if you don't mind.
You're asking about app-specific location data, correct?
All right, yes.
Okay, yes.
So,
You do realize that Apple phones also track your health. In fact, that was kind of a big thing in a case that was local to you. Did you watch any of the Karen Reed? Look, I know that the cell phone stuff, you know, makes you want to suck your soul out of your eyeball, but did you even take a quick gander at it? Like a scotch of good God, this is going to be terrible. It's whiffing time. Whiffing time, and don't you wish you had whippets?
are you telling this jury that if someone turned off the location tracking aspect of an app, that you would still get location data from other sources?
There's a possibility, yes.
Yes.
Possibility, all right. I want to focus your attention now to Exhibit 161. That is that's the Safari search history.
Okay, yes.
When you say okay, you mean yes?
Yes.
Is that what you- okay.
Oh, God.
I don't want to confuse you. If I ask a question,
Also, defense, maybe I wouldn't, bring to mind any of the various searches of increasing horridness that my client has done. Maybe I would not focus on that, but I'm sure we're going to make a point that proves nothing for our case and only makes our client look more like a douchebag. Look, I've said it before and I'll say it right now. Is this a psyop? Is he working for the state?
just tell me, ask it again. And I'll...
Yes, sir.
That's the Safari search history of the Apple iPhone 13 mini. And it ran a date range of December 25th, 2022 to January 4th of 2023. Is that right?
Correct.
And then that same exhibit, and I think it was referred to yesterday, contains what was referred to as Chapter 2. You recall that? And the Chapter 2.
It's this really old hardwood, and for the most part, it's easy to get up, but there are certain pieces, and he can never tell which one, that they super glued or something. Yeah. So he's doing that because our front door is state of the art, 1971, and is letting all of the cold in. So in order to, something about constructionology in our home, but if I want a new floor, he has to break it up before we get the new door. So that's what he's doing.
Is the Safari web history of the same device that runs from December 31st, 2022, from 9:28 a.m. to 9:31 a.m.
Correct.
Correct?
Yes.
And you testified yesterday that even though the data would be collected and extracted from those two sources, the search history and the web history, that the web history would generally contain additional and more detailed information?
That's correct.
And who was it that decided then to limit the web history information included in Exhibit 161 to only 1 day for just a couple of minutes?
It was a decision by the prosecution team.
Okay. And so You told us yesterday that you work for the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office, correct?
Yes.
So, and you told us yesterday
Yeah,
that
we're trying not to hold it against him.
you're an investigator, correct?
Yes.
And so as part of your role as an investigator with the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office, is it fair to say that you take direction from the district attorney that's prosecuting a particular case?
More collaboration. We bring the investigative piece, and they bring the legal advice and piece to the case.
Do you ever then inform the district attorney, whoever it is that you're working with on a particular case, that, for instance, web history would have additional information that might help explain entries that were found in the search history?
I present the data that is extracted from the device.
So my question was, do you...
Okay, no, I'm confused. How are you going to explain away the how to dispose of a body? Can I get AIDS from, stabbing someone who was cheating? Or there was some HIV question in there and a knife, and I believe is if you put it in the dishwasher, will it get rid of the HIV? Which is a question we all ask. What additional context do we need? I don't know why this defense strategy is to, again, point attention on what terrible, searches he did. Seems like I'd be doing everything to avoid, talking about those searches. And the defense attorney's like, but he did look at Porsches, didn't he?
ever take the time to explain to the district attorney assigned to the case you're working on with them that the web history would contain additional information in addition to the search history?
Yes.
So in any event, with regards to Exhibit 161, you were instructed or advised to only include the web history for one day, December 31st, and only for a few minutes.
Well, that particular searches were on Apple Maps, which were contained on Safari history, search history.
Were you instructed not to include certain information in Exhibit 161 then?
We had the date range of December 25th, 2022 through to January 4th, 2023, sorry.
And what about the web history? Were you instructed only to limit the inclusion in Exhibit 161 to that one day, December 31st?
We only chose to do that specific, those specific searches from 9:28 to 9:31 a.m.
Okay. I'm just going to ask, and it's probably me. I can barely hear you.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I might be going.
Wait, jackass who cannot get near a microphone, jackass who seems to have a phobia of microphones, who we can never ever effing hear unless he's, at his grandpa shout the first part of the question, is complaining that he can't hear someone. Oh, you are so lucky this is a short day, sir. I'm about ready to unloot. Look, there is nothing I hate more than stupid, dumbass questions. And yes, there can be stupid, dumbass questions, like when you're trying to point out that your client only looked at divorce for several minutes, but spent 4 days on dismemberment. Jesus.
That's fine.
Jurors, are you able to hear?
And
Great.
apologize.
That's my concern. But you need to be able to hear him as well. I'm concerned about that.
I understand.
Attorney Tips.
I understand.
Do my best.
Yesterday, you were asked, let me ask this. You would agree, wouldn't you, that in the search history included in Exhibit 161, that at page number 1, number 9, there are indications of a search involving Expedia and other flight-related searches?
Could you show me that, sir?
Sure. Do we have Exhibit 161?
You may.
If he clicked on
Thank you, sir.
Expedia, you must acquit.
Or refer to you as a trooper? Or do you have another title? I just don't want to mistake.
No, that's fine, sir. Yeah, that's.
So, Trooper Keith, I want to focus your attention now to page 1 and the entry number 9. Am I correct in saying that that references a search related to Expedia?
That's correct.
And that search occurred at 12:25:22 at 11:39 a.m. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And those searches related to Expedia, they continue through record number 20 at page 2, Is that correct?
Hey, I'm willing. That would be
Yes, it goes from
awesome.
Expedia to check a flight.
But then they might look at my videos and realize I dress up as weird things and want nothing to do with me. I am not everyone's cup of tea, and I totally get that. But I spent too much of my life trying to be everyone else's cup of tea and realized I'm kind of okay with myself. I'm married. I don't care.
To check a flight JetBlue.
All right. So yesterday you told us and you testified to one entry having to do referring to JetBlue, correct?
Yes.
There's a number of searches in Exhibit 161, isn't there, that have to do with searches for Expedia and flight information?
Yes.
And once again, if you were to look at the Safari web history of the same device for this same information.
Now, before we get too far away from the text messages, there was something I noticed and I wanted to make note of it. Brian, when he was trying to address Anna about not being there, notice that his first tactic was to use the boys. That's something that I made note of in my notes. He said, Thomas wants to know where you are. He didn't, start with, hey, it's Christmas. I miss you. He started from manipulation like, oh, I guess mommy's not going to make it to Christmas, things like that. So these are little things that I make note of in my notes. So it's something I did want to bring up before we get too far into my client didn't type murder, so how do you know he wasn't looking for a funeral home? I mean, I've got the cat ears, and even they're like, no. Just no.
Information. At the same time, you would find more information and put context into that search. Is that accurate?
Yes, there would be more information.
Okay. But as you sit here today, and based on what is and is not included in Exhibit 161, you can't give us more context to any of those searches regarding flight information, can you?
No.
Yesterday, and I'm going to ask you to turn to page 4. Yesterday, you were asked questions about an entry on page 4, record number 42. Am I saying that right when I refer to record number 42? Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. That was a search regarding what?
Number 42. Would you like to read the date, time, or just the search term, sir?
You can read it anything you want, yes, to make it complete.
Item 42. The search occurred on December 25th, 2022, 12:28 p.m. And the search was Xmas Day plane crash.
Okay. And those types of searches, and when I say those types, the subject matter that's contained in record number 42, it continues through record number 45 on page 4, doesn't it?
Yes.
And that is timestamp 12/31/03 at record number 49.
Correct.
Now, yesterday you were also asked about a specific reference, and once again, page 4, record number 53. And that's the record that indicates Anna Walshe found dead, correct?
Correct.
And those searches continue through 12:45:58 on page 4, don't they?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, it's fair to say that once again, if you had the web history to that particular search, that would give more context into what that particular search is that you just talked about at number 54, record number 53 at page 4. It would give you more information and more context, would it not?
I don't think there needs to be any more context to Anna Walshe dead. I think we kind of understand. I don't think any more adjectives, adverbs, even a dangling participle would have changed the concept or the content. But go along. I'm sure 35 more words would have explainerated it better.
It would. Yes.
You have no idea, do you, as you sit here today, what the user was thinking when he or she inputted that search that you just testified to, do you?
I do not. I know the content of it. I do not know the intent of it.
Okay. Are you aware of the fact, given the fact that you're an investigator, and I presume you conducted some investigation in this case on behalf of the North
He is part of the the Karen Reed case, so that assumption may come to your detriment. You assuming that he has investigative skills may not be borne out by, the historical record, but I like that you're positive, Old Man River. Let's give him the college try.
The County District Attorney's Office. Are you aware of the fact that Mrs. Anna Walsh, her flight was canceled on 12/25?
Yes.
Holy
And
Jesus.
did you investigate the circumstances of that cancellation?
I personally did not.
Okay. So you're unaware of the snowstorm or anything like that that caused canceled flights?
I don't know the particulars around the.
All right. I want to focus
Snow continues to be the state troopers' kryptonite. Add snow to the mix, you never get anything fixed.
your attention once again at Exhibit 161 to a number of searches that began at record number 445 at page 30.
Page 30, sir?
Page 30. And it's record number 445.
Ooh, please let it be the Porsche diamond ring.
Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's fair to say, isn't it, that in looking at those entries starting at 445 and continuing through record number 495 on page 34, that they involve searches for what looks to be champagne or wine and varieties of champagnes and wines?
Do you mind if I take a look?
I don't mind at all. No, sir.
445 through.
Yes, J.K.D. Buck, this is Cross. So this is the defense, though I don't know where we're going, but I too wish I could spend a lot of time looking at booze.
495.
495. Sir, yes, that appears wine and champagne.
Okay.
Through those searches.
And it's fair to say, isn't it, that you've carefully reviewed all these records, haven't you, before you testified here starting yesterday?
Yes.
And if you turn to page 62, beginning at record 924, and I'd ask you to just run through up to page 63, record number 943. Once again, a number of searches regarding champagne or wine or things like that.
Yes.
Okay, you agree with that, right?
Yes.
And we could continue to do this, but for instance, though all of those searches were being conducted on December 30th of 2022, weren't they?
Sure, Jan.
The ones from line 924 through 943, yes, they were on December 30th, 2022.
And the searches between record 953 through 1016 on page 68. Do you have those in front of you?
What was the beginning item, sir?
Record number 953, page 64,
Okay.
through record number 10.
Well, I mean, this is not atypical if you're, I think they were planning a gathering and, they were having something for New Year's Eve. So, okay, looking at booze, I mean, I'm not bougie enough to, order booze and have someone deliver it. I'll usually just pick it up when I'm at the local Walmart. But maybe I just don't understand where we're going with this.
16, page 68. Once again, those searches occurred on December 30th, correct?
I'm still looking, sir.
I'm sorry. You tell me when you're ready.
Yes, sir.
And don't let me rush you.
Oh, if I'm part of the jury right now, I'm raising up my hand. I can't keep an open mind and you can't keep me here.
Yes, those searches occurred December 30th, 2022, between approximately 7 p.m. to around 7:15 p.m.
Right, on December 30th, correct? Yes.
Correct.
And you're aware, in the investigation of this case, that Mrs. Anna Walsh had planned a New Year's Eve party to be conducted in the Cohasset home on New Year's Eve, correct?
Yes.
And you're also aware that, or maybe you're not, but there are additional searches throughout this as you continue to go down these searches that, once again, someone is shopping for expensive champagne, someone's shopping for champagne or items like that, all in the same time period, correct?
Yes.
Now, yesterday, you were asked specifically by the government to testify to an entry number, record number 1069 at page 72. Can you find that? It's at 8:38 p.m. on 12/30/2022. Record number 1069 at page 72.
Yes.
And you testified yesterday, and you were asked what that search was, and you stated to the jury, "I'm good." Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. What
And you
the
didn't
hell
give
was
any
that?
other context to that, correct?
Correct.
As an investigator in this case, you are aware of the fact that there is a movie named I'm Good, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you're also aware of the fact that if you were to look at the search web history related to that search, that
Old Man River, I am glad. I was a little confused about what I am good is. So you've actually done something functionally helpful for me and possibly the jury. Now, could we maintain this positive momentum? Look, I am praising good behavior. Maybe because negative reinforcement doesn't seem to have helped. This actually clears something up. All the other questions, no.
it would further explain and give context to that search and that I'm Good is a movie. Is that fair to say?
I would have to see the web history itself, sir.
Okay. So you would agree, wouldn't you, Trooper, that that search that you were asked specifically about yesterday, I'm Good, at record 1069 at 8:38, that search regarding a movie occurred in between all this shopping, all these searches going on having to do with champagne and wine and everything else, correct?
This occurred after the ones you had me read prior. I would have to look if there were searches containing wine and champagne after, sir.
Well, let me focus your attention then, and that's a certainly fair and accurate response. Why don't you look at page 72, the same page, and record number 1078. Have you had a chance?
Yes, sir.
And once again, that's champagne-related searches.
Well, wonderful. He's an affluent alcoholic. What does this have to do with the dismemberment? I feel like I'm back in the Karen Reed case where I'm like, isn't this about someone dying? And I just look around and wonder why we continue to talk about snow and Jen. Also, whoever did the Saved by the Bell 90210 postcards for the McCabe's and Alberts. Look, I love cringe-larity, and those are some of the most unintentionally hilarious things I have seen. If I could get a couple T-shirts with those prints on it, that would be awesome, because those are just too freaking hilarious. I hope that was your intent. That's I hope what you were going for, because if those were unironic and, actually your best chance, yikes.
Yes.
So it's fair to say, isn't it, Trooper, that when you were asked yesterday on direct examination and to specifically refer to that one search at number 1069, I'm Good, there's certainly nothing nefarious about someone conducting a search for a movie entitled I'm Good, correct?
Again, sir, I only know the context of this. I don't know the content or the content.
Jen, I think they're all over Twitter right now. I have stayed away from the Canton craziness. I only watch the trial. I am terrible with faces and names, so I kind of, stayed with Baker during the trial, and then I hopped on out of Canton. I hope not. I mean, again, law and crime isn't generally the best, pro-defendant, but a lot of people in the chat are like, why are we continuing to have a trial? So I don't know. Apparently this gets wild.
I don't know the intent behind it.
You would agree that these records that you have in Exhibit 161, if you know, they have multiple searches related to movies and movie titles, correct?
I just know the I'm good one that you referenced, sir.
Okay, well, let me just briefly point you to record number 1128 at page 75, if you can go there.
Yes, sir.
Let it be Beavis and Butthead Do America. Team World Police.
Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Debbie Does Dallas.
Starting there, if you could just start there, that looks like a reference to a movie or a movie clip, correct?
1128
Yes.
states tone MOV, TOE-MOV.
Do you know what that refers to?
I do not.
Okay. Just now run through the searches and up to and including number 1147, page 77. Can you do that? And as you look through those, there are
These are all searches that happened before the, again, agreed upon early morning of January 1st. I don't care if he decided to look at the most degenerate, I don't know, Animaniacs prawn. I really don't care what happened before the day that we are all here for the crime. I swear to goodness, this is guaranteed to make my ADHD go nuts.
multiple references to movies and movie clips, if you know.
Yes, there is, sir.
And then, finally, if you can look at record number 1148 on page 77, now we start some more champagne searches. Is that accurate?
Yes, it is, sir.
So you're not, as you sit here today, you don't know who was actually searching for champagne and those related searches all during this day of December 30th.
I do not.
And you don't know who was searching for all those movies and things like that.
I do not.
And you wouldn't testify to the jury now that there's anything nefarious about someone conducting multiple searches for champagne or movie clips, is there?
Could you repeat that, sir?
There's nothing nefarious about someone searching for champagne or multiple movie clips during this period of time.
No.
And based on your investigation of the case, you did carefully look at each entry of the searches, correct?
Yes.
Now, once again, yesterday specifically, and you can turn to record number 1271, page 85, you were asked specifically yesterday by the government to look at that search. Can you look at that one again and tell us what it says?
The government? Did we get Rusty Shackelford up in here? Is this a Dale Gribble, Old Man River? My name is Rusty Shackelford, and I give nothing to the government. I don't know. I kind of like sovereign citizen, Old Man River. If you ask about an Admiralty flag, there's a fringe on that.
Line 1271, dated January 2nd, 2023, 6:42 p.m. And the search states, I'm good.
So you testified to that yesterday, and you gave no context to it, but once again, it's a reference to the same I'm good that we saw had been searched for back in December 30th, correct? While someone is conducting champagne searches, correct?
Oh, no. Yeah, defense, go ahead and draw to attention that your client was so emotionally unaffected by the dismemberment of his soulmate that he continued to think about movies on Hallmark.
Yes.
And as you sit here today, then, you can't tell the jury that there's anything suspicious about, or nefarious, that's my word, about this search you were asked about yesterday that was conducted on January 2nd of 2023 at record number 1271.
No.
One of the search histories was not, nefarious, just one of them.
Trooper, I'd like you to look at record number 1170 at page 78 that occurred on December 30th at 11:16:34 p.m.
1170, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
You have that?
I do.
What does that search?
Search occurred on December 30th, 2022, at 11:16 p.m., and it states Nightshade.
Okay. Now, you're an investigator assigned to the district attorney's office, and you worked on this case. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what is that nightshade referring to?
Would you like me to explain the searches below? I believe it's related to what you're asking.
Absolutely, if that helps.
Yes. It says Nightshade Noodle Bar.
And those searches go through record number 1175 through page 79 regarding Nightshade and Noodle Bar and things like that.
Yes.
So tell us, Trooper, what is Nightshade or Nightshade Noodle Bar? What is that?
I believe it's a restaurant.
Okay, and where is that restaurant located?
I am not sure. I am not sure, sir.
You're not sure. If I told you it was located right on the town line, close to the town line of Marblehead, Massachusetts and Lynn, Massachusetts, would that sound accurate to you?
I would have to search it.
Okay, so you haven't searched it.
No.
In the context of this case, you have, as you sit here today, you have no idea of then the context of that search regarding Nightshade, do you?
It appears to be a restaurant, sir. That's
All right.
all I can say.
And are you aware of the fact that in your investigation of the case that Mr. Walsh actually made a reservation for a New Year's Day dinner at the Nightshade restaurant for himself?
He couldn't have unalived her. He made a reservation. If you RSVP, it can't be me. I mean, I could make it work, but I don't. If you RSVP, no, you gots to go. What in the hell is this? I swear to God, am I on Quaaludes? I feel like I should be testing myself for a stroke. What is this? And this is really happening live in America. God bless freedom.
Miss Anna Walsh for New Year's Day.
I was not aware of that.
I would ask at this time to have for ID. Sure.
Anybody want to show it to me? That'd be a good idea.
You can mark Thug Judge. It's a sidebar too, so you can mark sidebar. Good Lord.
Sir, you all set with this? You leave this here? Okay.
Trooper, I'm just going to show you what's been now marked for ID as Exhibit J. Have you ever seen that before in your examination of the iPhone? The iPhone 13?
I reviewed the messages. I don't specifically recall this one.
You would agree, wouldn't you, that that message indicates in its context that it's a reservation at the Nightshade restaurant?
What are we proving here? That he made a reservation
Yes,
before
sir.
whatever happened on January 1st happened?
Great.
The phone number ending in 8646.
I apologize. Did you tell us that you had or may have seen it? You just don't recall as you sit here today?
Yes, I reviewed the text through the past few years. I probably have seen it in the past, but I don't recall it.
At this time, I move to have that text put in there.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
The text message that's previously been marked for identification as J is
In Bev, I'll allow it. Let the record show that Brian made a reservation. Sidebar.
now in evidence as Exhibit 170.
Sniper Hunter, that's That is, but the problem is that premeditation can happen the second you decide to grab a knife or whatever it is. So the moment you make that decision that you are going to go ahead and do whatever, that's where you do premeditation. So I don't know where, I have no, let's figure out where in the Carmen San Diego we're going with this.
Thank you.
So is it accurate to say then, Trooper Keefe, that with regards at least to this particular text and the information that it contains, that to the best of your knowledge, nobody from the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office, such as yourself, as an investigator, went up and talked to anybody at Nightshade or tried to get records of any reservation that had in fact...
Yeah, why wouldn't you go look at the place where he made this reservation and not at the 10 bags of trash he left at Mommy's trash compactor full of blood and human tissue? I mean, why didn't you go look at the restaurant? You bad investigator? And don't make me stand up for the Massachusetts State Troopers from Norfolk. Don't make me do it. But I am now having to defend the honor of this. Don't make me defend the daggone witness.
been made on 12/30 for a dinner date.
I did not, sir.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Monty. I'm glad she's doing better.
Trooper, I'd ask you to look at Exhibit 161 at record number 1250 at page 84. It's a search conducted at 12/31/22 at 10:26:16 a.m. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And if you will, sir, follow that search up to and including record number 1270 through page 85 that ends at 6:42:54 p.m.
What was the ending line, sir?
Record number 1270
1270. Okay.
at page 85.
Yes, sir.
What do those searches involve based on the content of the search query?
These searches appear to be kids' play places. How to file for a charity. Can you donate your lottery winnings? How to file a 501c3 for a church.
It's fair to
Because that's what the world needed, Brian Walshe. You know, we already have the Twin Flames wackos. Yeah, we need him to be a not-for-profit.
say that those searches involve queries about charities and how to file charities related to a church or things like that, based on the search queries, correct?
Yes.
And do you know what a 501c3 is?
I believe it's a nonprofit charity or organization.
Did you or anyone from the Norfolk County DA's office, to the best of your knowledge, investigate what that charity search involved?
I did not, sir.
Defense attorney, are you aware your client wouldn't be able to establish a 501c3 given his felonious, fraud? No one's going to let him touch money.
And that charity search was conducted on December 31st, New Year's Eve, at 10:26:16 a.m. That's the search at record 1250, page 84, correct?
Well, 1250, sir?
Yes.
1250 is, can you donate your auto winning tax free?
Okay, I'm sorry. It doesn't specifically include the word charity.
It does not.
Thank you for correcting me. As you go down to the next searches, 1252 on, it specifically starts talking about charities and 501c3s.
1256 begins these searches for filing a charity.
Thank you for correcting me. No one went and tried to find out what that was about.
I did not, sir.
Okay. Yesterday you were asked specifically, sir, to tell the jury what was a search at record number 193, page 14. Can you turn to that? It's page 14, number 193. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
And you were specifically asked what that search was about, and you told the jury it was about Autobahn, correct?
Yes.
And you were asked nothing else about any of the related searches that go through record number 198 regarding Autobahn, correct?
Correct.
And some of those searches specifically state Autobahn USA, correct?
Yes.
What is Autobahn USA?
I believe it's a car website or
Okay,
vehicles, motor vehicles.
Okay. And are you aware, based on your investigation of this case, that, and based on the content of the text messages between Anna Walsh and Brian Walsh, that Anna Walsh had asked Brian Walsh to buy her a Porsche?
Yes.
And are you aware of the fact that they talked about him buying her a Porsche in the text messages?
Yes.
And are you aware?
If he buys you a Porsche, he won't make you a corpse? I mean, it doesn't rhyme exactly, but I think Johnny Cochran could make it work. Not sure that it's going to sell, but
The fact that he sent her pictures of a Porsche, in fact, 2 Porsches that were for sale?
Yes.
Are you aware of that?
Yes.
And are you
Was
aware of the
Mommy-
fact that that took place?
was Mommy going to pay for 2 Porsches? Because Mommy's still paying his rent and everything else. Anna bought her own townhouse. How is Brian going to buy a Porsche?
Place on December 25th of 2022.
Yes, sir.
Did you ever go out in the context of the investigation of this case and talk to anybody at Autobahn to see if Mr. Walsh had appeared and was talking about buying a Porsche for Anna Walsh around Christmas time of 2022?
I did not, sir.
Okay. Sir, I want to focus your attention to record number 418, page 29. And that is a search that was conducted on December 27th of 2022 at 6:17:23 a.m. Am I right about that?
Yes.
And the related searches to that, they go through record number 438, correct?
Correct.
Those searches are related to a Verizon store, correct?
Yes.
And they're actually location searches in some instances of a Verizon store, correct?
Yes.
And it's a Verizon store located in D.C., correct?
That is correct.
It's not a Verizon store located in or around the Cohasset area, is it?
No.
And are you aware of the fact, Trooper Keith, that on or around December 27th, contained in the text messages that have now been introduced into evidence, that Ms. Walsh stated to Mr. Walsh that her phone was working properly at the same time on 12/27.
Yes, I do recall those.
And that she told him words to the effect that it just literally stopped working, or words to that effect.
It was something to that effect, yes.
And he texted her back and said words to the effect of, do you want me to get you a new phone, or do you need a new phone, correct?
I believe it was something like that, sir.
And then in the early morning hours of December 28th, Mr. Walsh sent her information about, well, here's a Verizon store in D.C. that you might go to if you need help.
Yes.
And she responded, thank you. Do you remember that?
I remember the messages about the Verizon store.
Okay, here is in a nutshell what the defense is doing. I actually brought this over, not to plug my craft channel, but it's the clearest way to illustrate what the defense is trying to do. Look at all the beautiful text messages. He's such a good husband. The marriage was great. Oh, that shit behind the scenes? I mean, it's still going great. Again, the defense is doing this, like, pay attention only to what we're showing you. Evidence? Google searches? That was the clearest way I could kind of illustrate what they're doing, because I swear he's going to do the same thing that Joel Guy Jr.'s attorney did in, I believe, his opening statements. Now, if you don't remember Joel Guy Jr., he was from Tennessee, and he ended up, actually, that's another decapitation case. He does seem to really line up with the people who would want to do it. Yeah. That's why someone, it will start in earnest in January. I'm getting everything set up. I had to get a new thingamadoo so I could do my cross stitch on my bed. And I got that. I get all of my kits. I'll put it in. It's called tapestrymarket.com. Now, I know there are some special superhumans that can count cross stitch. I do the stamped cross stitch. So all of the patterns and stuff are, I'm not counting. So yes, they do have Star Wars. I tend to stay in the Sailor Moon, but I did want to do something more masculine for Mr. Mo for Christmas. So that's going to be his stuff. I will say, but I needed to get a new tripod and everything to be able to film where I'm most comfortable doing my cross stitch on my bed. Still going to be clothed. This is not OnlyFans crafting, but that's what we're waiting for. I'm actually supposed to be getting my new tripod in today, and then it's up to Mr. Mo to make it work.
Yesterday, specifically on direct examination, you were asked about a search conducted at record number 1368, page 92.
That is awesome.
And that search was conducted on January 4th of 2023.
Sorry, sir, what was the line again? I just got to the page.
I'm sorry. Record number 1368, page 92.
Okay.
You were asked about that yesterday.
Yes, I was.
And you told this jury it was about the Mazda building.
The crossing building.
Oh, the crossing building.
Yes.
But you weren't asked for the context or anything of the sort. You just simply told the jury what the search query was, correct?
That's correct.
I want to ask you now to go back to record number 804 at page 54. Are you there, sir?
Yes, sir.
Is it fair to say that beginning at 804, page 54, on December 29th of 2022 at 9:13:47 p.m., that those searches are related to the Mazda building also?
Yes, sir.
And those searches go through record number 825
Except
at page 55.
the search that you just went from to reference the Mazda building was actually a search for the crossing building. I'm going to need you to do the cursory work to pay attention to this, because if I have to pay attention to you screwing up, that bothers me, because it's Friday.
Yes, the Mazda building, crossing building. Correct.
So yesterday you weren't asked about those searches that go back to December 29th. You were only asked about the search on January 4th. Is that correct?
No, I believe I was asked
Yeah, he was. He went through
about
all
those
of
searches prior to.
All right, fine. Then I'm
Yes.
wrong. You know what the Mazda building is?
It's a building in D.C., I believe, here where Anna Walsh works.
What about the crossing?
And thank you for becoming a member of the Church of Mo. I don't have a 501c3, mostly because the less I interact with the government and the government interacts with me is better for all parties involved. Look, I would go in trying to, Galadriel it up, and I would end up Sauron. So, it is what it is. I've accepted this about myself. I would always go full Vader. Although I would be beautiful and terrible as the sun. I'd be the Galadriel kind of beautiful and terrible, but still, on balance, I shouldn't get power.
I don't know the specifics, just building in D.C.
As an investigator in this case, and since you were asked specifically by the government yesterday to tell the jury about those searches, you went and investigated, didn't you? What had been occurring at the Mazda building in Fishman Spire regarding your management of the Mazda building and that area?
I don't know the specifics, sir.
Are you unaware of the fact, Trooper, as an investigator connected to this case, that there was a Legionnaire disease outbreak in October of 2022 of those properties that were managed by Fishman Spire?
I was not aware of that.
Are you aware of any letter that's contained, or let's strike that, that's not fair. Are you aware of any letter that was issued by the DC Department of Public Health specifically to Ann Walsh in her capacity as regional general manager regarding that Legionnaire disease outbreak.
Objection.
Sustained.
Did you investigate and ask anybody at Kishmer about anything?
No, Old Man River, he didn't investigate squat. He was just there to pull all of the Harry Potter magic that I don't understand, that my cell phone spies and narcs on me about. And he took all the narc information. My phone talked. That's the only thing he did. He went, he plugged the phone in to the little doodad that takes the Harry Potter magic. He put it in a PDF. That's all this man has done. And quite honestly, given the Massachusetts State Trooper from Norfolk, their track record, that's really all you should be grateful that he was doing, okay?
Occurring in October regarding the building that they were managing, specifically that Ann Walsh was managing.
I think so.
I'll see you at the side of the bench.
I think the state is finally like, this has nothing to do with anything. I mean, you can tell Trooper Keefe is like, yeah, he would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for Scooby-Doo and the stupid search history. Scooby-Doo and the search history. I know there's that new meme of Franklin books. I need Franklin and how to erase your search history. I do love how very carefully he is finding every single search that has nothing to do with the red rum. And he's like, are you aware that this is a movie? Oh, crud. I didn't mean to do that. This is a long one. I think the state is kind of telling the defense, I mean, this is speculation, but I think the state is telling the defense to move it the hell along.
Based on your review, Trooper Keefe, of the contents on the iPhone that is the subject of Exhibit 161, it's fair to say that in the searches running from the date of December 25th of 2022 up and including the end of December 31st of 2022, you saw no evidence of searches in the Safari search history regarding any searches for things like tools or searches suggesting how to dispose of a body or anything like that.
You mean he didn't pre-search how to deal with a dead body until after he had killed her? Again, this defense is banking on the theory, and I'm sure both the judge and the state is going to remind them that premeditation can happen in the instance before you take that downward arc with the knife, let's say, or, you do a non-consensual neck hug. All you have to do is think about it. That's premeditated. Good Lord, where are we going? All of his searches before the red room were completely normal. Are you aware of that? I don't know what kind of flex we're trying to make here, but okay.
Correct?
I did not see any of those December 25th to the 29th.
Okay. And it's fair to say that based on your review of the search queries that were made and are contained in Exhibit 161, what you see for the search queries, it's fair to characterize them as there's multiple searches for various actors and actresses and music and movies, piano lessons, kindercare, and even a dog barking.
Okay, so for the too long didn't read for this entire presentation, before the red rum, his searches were normal.
Toy. Do you recall those?
I do, sir, yes.
And You were asked something about yesterday, and I'm sorry I don't have the citation, and that's my fault, but you remember telling this jury about a search that involved something called My Exes?
Yes.
Then the search right below it, I think, if you recall. I once again apologize, I don't have the citation. But I think you were asked on direct that it also had something like a reference to a song, correct?
Yes.
But you weren't asked to give context to that at all. You just told the jury what the search was, correct?
That's correct.
Oh my good, who ca- Look, first of all, we didn't care that Brian got married, nor do we care about his exes. I love that this is the Matlock moment. Are you aware that there is a famous country song that goes, all my exes are in Texas, that's why I reside in Tennessee? Go Vols. Where? What is today?
And you would agree with me, wouldn't you, sir, that once again, there's just nothing nefarious about someone searching for what turns out to be a country western song, correct?
Correct.
Trooper Keith, you in the past applied for search warrants, haven't you?
I have, sir.
And you know what the procedure is, correct?
Yes.
And you understand that, are you familiar with the phrase probable cause?
I am, sir.
And can you just explain briefly what probable cause means in the context of getting a search warrant?
Objection.
Yeah, he can't be giving so probable cause, I do believe, and again, not a lawyer, so feel free to hop on with Emily D. Baker, but he is not supposed to be instructing about things of the law because to ascertain probable cause, a judge has to make that determination, and that's not the purview of the jury, and he's not, the person that's going to be discussing legal matters. So it does kind of call on him to draw a legal conclusion. At least that's my take on it.
Overruled.
Never mind.
The facts and information pertaining to your investigation in order to charge a crime, more or less. More likely than not that this crime had occurred.
And it's fair to say that once you start an investigation, your experience tells you that you might get a search warrant that covers a particular time period. And if you get information, either based on the content of what you discovered pursuant to the search warrant or your continued investigation, you can return to a court and apply for an additional search warrant, can't you?
It depends what the search warrant is for. What the search warrant is for.
In a case where you're investigating what happened, such as this, what happened to Anna Walsh, wouldn't it be important to you to look back beyond 12/25 of 2022 to see if there was any evidence in the iPhone Mini or the iPhone SE or the iPad or the MacBook to see if there were any other entries that indicated that the person using those devices had planned to do any harm to Anna Walsh?
At the time, we did not have probable cause to expand that search warrant, sir.
Well, you certainly had at the time. I'm sorry.
Wait a
During-
minute, wait. What bizarro world am I in? Did this defense attorney said that they should have gone and deep searched his client's computer? Is he basically, again, this cop is answering correctly. We didn't have enough probable cause to make this a limitless search. Is the defense attorney telling them to violate the Fourth Amendment and go further? Holy God, what is this defense?
During that investigation. During-
You have to speak up a little bit.
Sorry. Could you repeat the question again? Yeah, it was.
You would agree.
Objection, Your Honor.
I'll see you both at the side of the bench.
Oh, the judge is getting irritated. This is straying much afield of anything. Oh, no, I encourage people because I'm not a lawyer, so I don't want to give you guys bad ideas or stuff when I don't have an ego. I'd much rather you get the correct information from an actual lawful lawyer than not my Daryl Brooks interpretations when I'm not clear on something. And I know ChatGPT is kind of okay, but it can also tell you weird stuff. I think the judge is not having these questions aren't getting them anywhere. And I think she's about to tell them, or I would have been about to tell them, you need to find something of context very soon. And it also, again, it's like that saying, I found my keys in the last place I looked. Well, if you found them in the first place you looked, if you continued to look, you'd be a moron. They didn't need to search any further because for what they charged him for, which was premeditated first-degree murder, he had fulfilled all of that simply by it having been done and his obfuscation consciousness of guilt, which isn't a thing on this case. But again, they don't need to go back 3 months to see if he bought tools because we have the pictures of him going through Lowe's buying the tools. We don't need that. Wow, this is a longer sidebar. I think the judge is telling Old Man Rivers, like, this is where...
But just keep yourself alert, comfortable, all right? Thank you.
Trooper,
Yes, sir.
who was the Mass State Police officer designated as, quote, the case officer in the investigation of this case on or around January 8th of 2023?
That would be Trooper Michael Proctor.
And what does case officer mean in that context?
You manage the case. Manage the case. So you're the lead case officer. You delegate tasks and things that need to be done throughout the course of the investigation.
So you manage the case and you oversee the investigation.
Yes, sir.
Those are your words, right?
Yes.
And it was Michael Crawford.
Yes.
And it is fair to say, it's accurate, that you, in fact, you signed off on and applied for some search warrants in this case.
Yes, I did.
And you were the trooper in charge, being a forensic digital specialist, to analyze the data on the iPhone Mini, correct?
The iPhone 13 mini, yes.
But you yourself, then, just yes or no, you yourself you never applied for any further search warrant to look at more data on the iPhone 13.
I did not.
Trooper Keefe, yesterday, you were asked to show what was referred to as a PowerPoint presentation, correct?
Yes.
And in that PowerPoint presentation, what you did was you compiled, with the use of the Lexis software, you compiled a bunch of data points and believed that you were able then to explain the certain locations of those two phones, the iPhone SE and the iPhone Mini, over a period of time, relevant to the investigation of the case, correct?
That's correct.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the reasons you compiled that PowerPoint presentation, I call it a presentation, but you compiled a PowerPoint, was to try to assimilate and get a lot of information together so you'd have context for the information, correct?
Within that GPS data set, there's thousands of points. So this is just one specific point within that data set for those two different devices.
So when I use the phrase to give context, in other words, once you start using that location data, and based on your review of the digital data, then you can make further conclusions about what a particular data point means when it shows up on the location data, right?
Unsure of the question, sir.
Well, it was a terrible question, so let me try it this way. If you just look at those data points individually without any context, you don't know what data point came before it, you don't know what data point came behind it. All you have is a bunch of individual data points that really don't tell you much of anything, correct?
No.
Well, I'm not correct.
No.
Once you
Is he making the argument that if you don't look at all the evidence in totality, his client looks totally innocent? It's when you start looking at everything together that he looks guilty-ish.
put together all those single, independent data points, you begin to better understand what the location data is telling you.
Once they are uploaded using the mapping software, it's an interactive map, and you can look at the thousands of data points day by day, time, specific dates, times, and they'll map out specific dates, times of the events of the location.
So it helps you better understand what the events were over a period of time.
Yes.
So did you ever put together, in the investigation of this case, the information that was taken out of the iPhone 13 mini? And did you ever take it and put it in some format where you compared it to the other digital data, for instance, that was taken off the MacBook, Gray, device number 3?
You'll have to specify data. I don't know what data you're talking about.
No. The data on the MacBook about it included the activity that was gleaned from the MacBook.
He wasn't the one that looked at the MacBook. That was Trooper Garino, which is why when you were asking Trooper Garino about the iPhone Mini 13, he said talk to Trooper Keefe. Now, Trooper Keefe is going to tell you the same GD thing in Uno reverse about the MacBook. They were only in charge of the devices that they personally downloaded. They, again, exported that information, clarified anything that the actual investigators couldn't understand. That is all they did, and thank God.
Beginning on or around December 25th, up to and including January 1st of 2023.
Is there anything specific? There's a lot of data contained within both devices. I'm not sure what you're asking me to compare.
Well, I think you told us here yesterday that with regards to the location data, you have something like over 40,000 data points to deal with, correct?
From the iPhone 13 mini, yes.
So then you decided, out of that 40,000 different data points, you decided which ones you would use to help better understand what events occurred during that relevant time period that you testified to yesterday, correct?
Yes.
So I guess my question is that, did you ever make an effort to get all the data information from the MacBook Gray searches and then compare it to the data that you took off the iPhone 13 mini and look at that data, line up and see what happened over a period of days, 12/25, 12/26, 12/27, through January 1st, according to the times of when each event happened on each one of those days between those devices?
So Trooper Nicholas Garino did the MacBook extraction and analysis. Are you asking specifically about location data?
No, I'm talking about the data that was gleaned from the MacBook Gray and, for instance, the data that you gleaned from the iPhone mini.
I did not compare the two. That's what you're asking.
Would you agree with me, Trooper Keefe, that if you lined up all of the data that showed what happened on those two devices, for instance, the information, the activity on the MacBook, and you combined it with the activity on the iPhone mini, the iPhone mini 13, that you would have a better understanding of exactly what was going on during the day of, for instance, 12/25.
Are you arguing that they should have found more of all the evidence that your client left? Your client left 10 bags of bloody mother effing stuff. The car was full of blood. Hell, his history was full of blood. I mean, I give up. Okay.
22 and 12/26/22, that would help you better understand the context of the information.
Objection.
Carl,
They're two different devices. They'll be used at two different times.
Well, you used two different devices, used at two different times to compile your location data, didn't you?
Yes, for different days throughout that time frame.
Right.
You giant bumbling idiot who is testing the very last bit of Jesus in me, and it is too damn cold. Agatha is too damn tired. Let me explainarate something to you. the phones were both used because the phones are mobile. You don't generally, I mean, your client is a grade A jackass, but he didn't take his laptop around when he and his mommy went to buy his murder kit. Jesus.
So it's not, the issue isn't two different devices, is it? It's the fact that you have two different devices operating on the same day. You actually can combine all the activity that happened on device A and with the activity that happened on device B and have a better understanding of what was going on.
I did not compare the two devices, sir.
So I hate to do this, Judge.
Yes.
Can we come to sidebar?
You may.
Y'all, if I'm the jury, I can't answer that third question. My mind is open because okay, there's a difference between having a bad fact pattern. I feel sorry for the defense in that they have a bad fact pattern, but then there is purposely wasting the jury's time by going over every little piddly thing that isn't about red rum, and you are going to piss the jury off. The jury is here watching what it might quintessentially be like the most I left all the evidence guy ever over here trying to sell a cockamamie story, and you're wasting our time by going on all these stupid tangents.
Sure, I'm not sending you on a break. You can stand up and move around a little bit because we need to do a little work. Well, we're still here in the courtroom, but it's not what I need to send you on. So you can stand up if you want.
I'll stand up.
He is going to pick one up. He has a little one right now, so that's why we're taking breaks.
Oh, there you go.
My apologies.
Oh, there you go. We're all set.
I think if I could quickly ask exhibit number 169 be brought up on the screen. And Trooper, you have your exhibit, your product is exhibit 161. You have that.
Yes.
Now we need to call it. I think it was the last exhibit.
168.
And may I approach your honor?
You may.
Well, it's going to be hard. I'm presenting you with what's been marked exhibit 168.
Okay.
Characterized as the call log.
Yes, sir.
So just so the record's clear, 168 and 161 is before the witness right now? Okay, just want to make sure.
Yes, 161, 168.
Right.
And the text messages were introduced this morning as exhibit 169.
No, you've not missed much important. The defense has gone into basically every search that was prior to January the 1st, early morning, before the incident, to point out that none of his searches prior to that were nefarious. That's basically where we've been. We've got really nothing of substance out of this cross, but apparently it's going to go on forever.
I'm going to ask you, Trooper, to look at Exhibit 161, page 2, record 16.
(161) page 2, record 16, sir?
Yes, Trooper.
Okay, yes,
Have that in front of you?
yes,
Is it fair to say that that's one of the references that you testified to yesterday, check a flight, JetBlue?
that is correct.
Now, I'm going to ask that in Exhibit 169, page 2, dated 12/25/22 at 11:54:05. The top of the page, you see that? Yes. Do you see that, Trooper?
Yes, sorry, yes,
At 11:54:05 a.m., the text message from number 8646 to phone number 7966, there's a message of, I haven't heard from you at all, correct?
correct.
And then I'm going to ask that, Trooper, you look at Exhibit 161 again, that you have, and look at page 2, record number 21.
Yes,
That's an entry at 12:09:24 p.m., and it is one of the searches you testified to yesterday regarding William Fasto, misspelled, William Fasto, DC Real.
correct.
And so then you go down.
Yes, and why would your client on December 25th, again, all Brian knows is that he has a lovely wife. He doesn't know that she's stooping William. I mean, in his story, why is he looking up William Fasto's name? According to the defense, the only thing he knows about William is he sold them the townhouse. Now, why would you be looking him up on Christmas Day?
I'm going to ask you to continue to look at. Now, page 3 of Exhibit 161 at record 27 at 12:09:28 p.m. Looks like 4/10 of a second. And that is a search entitled William Fasto, DC Real Estate, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And now I'm going to ask you to look at what was marked as Exhibit 161, the call log, at page 11, record 137, a search dated at timed at 12:15 p.m.
Sir, that was Exhibit 168 as the call log.
Oh, I've already messed
Exhibit
it up.
161.
I did. 168. 168.
Okay, I'm going to have to take it out of the binder here. It's stapled.
Take your time, and I apologize.
Okay, sir, could you go again with that?
Yes, absolutely. 168 at page 11.
Actually,
I'll call it
that's
record
important,
137. Timestamped 12:15.
Yes, 137.
It timestamped 12:15 p.m., correct?
December 25th, 2022, 12:15 p.m., yes.
And that, from the call log, that indicates some interaction between the two devices, and that Exhibit 168 has to do with phone ending in 8646 and phone ending in 7966, correct? Assigned to Brian Walshe and Anna Walshe, correct?
Yes,
And there's a 1 minute, 23-second call between those two phones.
yes, yes.
We don't know the content, do we?
I do not.
Okay. And then as you continue to proceed in this relevant time period, you go to Exhibit 161 again at page 3, record 35.
Yes,
And that is a search conducted at 12:22:06 p.m., correct?
yes,
And the search is Anna Walshe Tishman Spear. Is that right?
Yes.
Now we get, say on Exhibit 161 for the next 5 requests, 161, page 4, record 43. Timestamp 12/28/57.
Yes.
Search Christmas Day plane crash.
That's correct.
Same exhibit 161, dated 12/25/22, same time period, page 4, record 50. I'm sorry, record. Yeah, I'm right. Record 50.
Would you like to read?
Okay, I have no idea what in the foggy hell we're doing here, other than I guess the defense is trying to make a point that if you marry these two disparate devices together, you get a clearer picture. But it's not making a clearer picture. This is on 12/25. I don't give a flying fig very much what happens, or that you can give greater context to the 25th. This is
The content, sir?
Yes, go ahead.
Number 50, December 25th, 2022, 12:31 p.m. Jeff Chad Tishman Spire.
Right.
Cyper.
Now just keep going down. Exhibit 161, 12/25/22, page 4, record 53.
Anna Walsh found dead.
12/45/47, correct?
Yes.
And once again, I think you just told the jury, Anna Walsh found dead. Correct?
Yes, sir.
And as we continue to go down, the next is Exhibit 161, page 5, record 57, at 12:46:10 p.m.
Yes.
And it's a search for Jeff Chod, C-H-O-D.
Correct.
Now, I'm going to ask you to look at Exhibit 168 at page 11, record 132. Timestamp 12:57 p.m.
Yes.
It indicates a phone call between these two phones
Yes.
that lasted 4 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yes, it's an outgoing call from the device ending in 8646 to the number 7966 Anna New.
Okay, and you don't know what they were talking about, if they were talking at all. You just know that there was a call that lasted 4 minutes and 45 seconds between those two phones at that time.
Correct.
And then if you'll go back to, I'm sorry, if we could have page 2 on the exhibit 169 for 12:57:26.
168, 169 is not either of the two exhibits he has in front of him. Please pay attention to this.
And the entry is, as seen on the screen, my flight got canceled driving up. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
So just stopping there. Between 11:52, we started with 11:52, exhibit 161. We're now down at the time period of 12:57. Is it fair to say that what it looks like is that Anna Walsh, at least Anna Walsh's phone, texted the phone assigned to Mr. Walsh and told and texted.
Oh my God, you know what? Some of us who were taking notes yesterday were able to piece this entire scenario together without having to go through this. I'm sorry that you couldn't figure it out, without marrying it, but the rest of us who have a functional frontal cortex were able to marry the fact that he looked for her being dead on the 25th to him thinking she was dead because she didn't have a flight. We got all of this information yesterday and were able to internalize it. But that's 45 minutes of my life I'll never get back. I'm suing.
My flight got canceled and I'm driving up.
Yes.
And before that, those texts that you read to the jury, where they're entered, Anna Walsh found dead, are a plane crash, correct? The ones you testified to just a moment ago? Those searches, they appear to be searches to see if some harm came to Anna Walsh, correct?
Again,
The irony that the man who is Googling whether harm came to Anna Walsh was in fact the one that would harm Anna Walsh. Jesus, where's Alanis Morissette when you need irony?
I can read the context. I don't know the content of the search.
But did you consider that in your investigation of the case when you looked at all this data together?
That specific search and text message?
All this data together that you just now told the jury about. Did you look at all that data together at one time, like you've just done for the jury, and created a context for all of those communications in those 3 different sources of information? Did you ever do that?
What 3? The call log, 3 sources? I'm not sure what.
Did you do it?
I've looked at all 3 of them multiple times.
Did you ever look and compare them and see that there were searches that looked like someone was concerned about harm that may have come to Anna Walsh, and then when Anna Walsh texted and said, my flight got canceled, none of those...
You could just as easily make the argument that your client wanted to make sure he was the one that offed her, that he was searching furiously because, you know, he wanted to make sure he was the one that got to do the job.
Alarming text occurred.
Objection.
As to the characterization,
Yes.
sustained.
Did you see, I understand. Did you see any other text after the 12:57 text from Anna Walsh's phone saying my flight got canceled driving up? Did you see any text after that where there were any searches about plane crash or is Anna Walsh dead or anything like that? You didn't see anything like that, did you?
I would have to review them again, sir.
On that premise, if you find your keys the first place that you look, you should continue looking for them because you never know if you'll find more keys.
I want to ask you to look at Exhibit 168, beginning at page 11, record number 129. What is that timestamp?
You said 168?
Exhibit 168. I'm sorry, Trooper.
No,
168, record, I'm looking at record 129, page 11.
Sorry, what was the line again, sir? Sorry.
That's okay. Do you see on page 11 a call that lasted 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 33 seconds?
Yes,
An
I do.
outgoing call. Do you see that?
I do, sir.
And that is a 1 hour, 22 minutes, 33 second call that's an outgoing call from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh, correct?
Correct.
And then do you see another call on page 11 that lasted 3 hours, 2 minutes, and 37 seconds?
I feel like we've been here for 3 hours, 20,000 minutes, and 37 seconds. Is anyone checked their clocks to make sure the time is still going forward? Because I feel like we've been stuck in like a quantum time lock. Time is in fact moving backwards right now.
On page 11, sir?
Yes?
3 hours? I do.
Oh, fuck you, Old Man River. You do not get to get all snippy when you're going through 700 and you mess up the numbers. Do not get an attitude with this trooper. And again, it goes against everything that I learned in the Karen Reed case to be defending the trooper. But don't you get an attitude with this trooper, okay? Squidward.
If you do not, you can say that.
I do not see a call.
Do you see a call that lasts 6 minutes and 5 seconds on page 11?
Yes, I do.
And then do you see another call that lasted 1 hour, 27 seconds and 27 seconds and 07 seconds? Do you see that? And that call originated on the phone assigned to Anna Walsh.
I'm not sure what. Can you repeat that?
Yes. Do you see a phone call that lasted 1 minute, 27 seconds?
On page 11, sir?
Yes.
I do not.
Then this might be a good time to stop.
Okay, we'll take a break. Have a nice morning.
All rise, please. Close your notebooks. Follow me.
She's just going around to get started.
Yeah, look at this.
All right,
I think
let's
I
bring it back
heard
in.
that. Oh, wait. She's yelling at him.
Your records are good. He wrote 76, 85, 119, and 136. Almost memory is correct too. They all go to Verizon or AT&T records, so we can talk about that more later. Anybody need anything before I bring in the jury?
Does that mean I can explore it more with him?
No, it doesn't. It just puts the record more precisely as to why, but there may be others that you can explore that with. All right?
You are unmuted.
I just had an opportunity, I know it's maybe not relevant to the inquiry that's going on right now, but Attorney Porges, your records are good. He wrote 76, 85, 119, and 136. Almost memory is correct too. They all go to Verizon or AT&T records, so we can talk about that more later. Anybody need anything before I bring in the jury?
Does that mean I can explore it more with him?
No, it doesn't. It just puts the record more precise.
Judge is like, no, you better find a point sometime today in the next 5 minutes, okay? I love this judge. She's like, no, bless your heart, no.
Precisely as to why, but there may be others that you can explore that with. All right?
I actually don't get it, Judge.
You don't what?
I don't get it. I'm trying to understand the rulings. I don't.
All right, well, you can make your pitch.
So you're telling us that I can't explore getting further search warrants to go back 1225 with this witness?
I think you can with regard to his sort of, I'll call it area of expertise. But that's not what you really want, right?
You mean with the Verizon records?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I don't.
I mean, as I look through back to go through, I mean, I think you have to have, the filter that I'm placing right now is you have to have a good faith basis for all your questions, both sides. This, I won't call him an expert, this trooper's expertise, as is revealed by those search warrants, is in a particular narrow focus. Now, you set the foundation for some broader thing, maybe Ken, I don't know, making reasonable inferences from what I know about the case, then I may come in. But with this witness, and there may be other witnesses, to include Trooper Proctor. Seems like Trooper Guarino had a slightly different role than even Trooper Keith. So I think there are proper inquiries or proper individuals that you might be able to make these inquiries to some depth. But I don't think this is one of them. Based on the record that's before me. You can ask probing questions if you wish, and you know something that I don't. Again, I'm the consumer of the evidence, just like the jury in that regard. And I certainly do have a lot of learning from the time.
Okay, so basically what she's saying is that this is not the witness. The one that he needs to talk to about the choice or the reasoning as to why no more search warrants pre-2000 or December 25th, 2022 were not sought after. That would be, Trooper Proctor would be the one that you would ask about that. Again, as the judge is trying to explain to him, Trooper Guarino and Trooper Keefe were only extracting things out of the phones. They weren't then going to follow leads. They weren't doing anything. Now, they might have talked to the DA and they might have talked to, Proctor and said, hey, look at this, these are points of interest. And then it's up to Proctor and the other detectives that are leading the case to, decide whether there is probable cause to write another search warrant for even further behind.
Time that I've spent on this case, but on what I know right now, I don't think it's a proper line of inquiry.
I understand the court's ruling.
All right? Let's bring it back in.
I haven't had the best luck with Fox.
All rise. Jurors entering.
Court is back in session. You may be seated.
You may proceed.
Thank you. First, I'm going to apologize, but would you tell us, Trooper, that Exhibit 168, the call, that call log is arranged beginning at late dates going to early dates, correct? It starts at January 3rd, 2023.
Yes, it starts January 3rd, 2023 to December 25th, 2022.
And all of the other two documents that we're using, the Exhibit 169 and 161, those all start with the earlier dates and proceed, correct?
Yes, those are in ascending. This one looks like it's descending order.
Okay. So now that I understand that, hopefully I won't confuse you. So here we go. So now, starting with Exhibit 168 at page 11, record 129, occurring at 1:40.10 p.m. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
That's a call that lasted 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 33 seconds, correct?
Correct.
And it was a call that originated on the phone assigned to Brian Walshe.
Yes, it was an outgoing call to the number ending in 7966, Anna No.
Okay. Staying on that document, page 11, record 126, time stamped at 3:02:37 p.m. There's a call that lasted 6 minutes and 5 seconds.
Correct.
And once again, it originated from the phone assigned to Brian Walshe, correct?
Correct.
Now, go to page 10, record number 124, an event happening at 4:11:06 p.m.
Okay, again, he just established that these are basically the numbers that are smaller are closer to the time of the red rum. He is going all the way back to, again, December the 25th. If we are going to do this for every day, we are going to be here for 3 weeks.
There's a call that lasted 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 7 seconds.
Correct.
Now, that call originated from the phone assigned to Anna Walshe, correct?
Yes, that is an incoming call.
Are you aware of the fact, based on your involvement in the case, that Anna Walshe, her flight was canceled and she wound up driving up from D.C. to Cohasset?
On December 25th, sir?
Yes.
Yes.
And would it be accurate to say that during this time frame that we've just talked about, these 3 calls, that's when Anna Walshe is driving from D.C. to Cohasset?
Yes, that could be inferred from that.
So it appears from these records that during this time frame, then, that after her flight's canceled, her phone is texting the phone assigned to Brian Walshe saying, my flight was canceled, I'm on my way. That they're having no less than 3 phone calls between themselves, between their phones, as she drives up.
Yes.
And then, if you can, look at the screen, and I'm referring to page 2, and the text time-stamped 6:37:46 p.m. on 12/25. It looks like Anna Walshe, or the phone assigned to her, texts, I'm an hour and a half left.
Correct.
And then as you continue on Exhibit 169, at page 3, time-stamped 7:26:02, it appears that that phone texts an image of a car to Brian Walshe, correct?
Correct.
Or at least the phone assigned to him. And the photo looks like it's a photo of a Porsche.
Yes.
And now if you
Where are we going with it? I don't care. Say Porsche one more again. I'm going to turn into Medea, okay?
refer to Exhibit 161 at page 14, record 193, timestamped 8:28:12 p.m.
193, sir?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
That's one of those Autobahn searches, correct?
Correct.
Where it appears that someone's looking for a luxury car, or at
Yes.
least searching the Autobahn for a car.
Yes.
If we go
He was
now
also-
to Exhibit 169,
He was also searching mommy's wallet for the money. I mean, he still owed a bunch of people federal restitution at $400K. So I don't know where he's getting a Porsche, because I believe his checking account was overdrafted to the tune of $800. And hey, you know, I might not ever have the amount of money that Brian was able to splash around, but you know what? My account has never been overdrafted to the tune of $800.
and we're looking at page 3, we see a text that timestamped 10:34:50 p.m.,
Yes,
and it involves a property listing at Zillow.
correct.
And if you scroll down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 texts, all of those texts, encompassing page 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, they continue to be text regarding Zillow postings for property, correct?
Yes, they all appear to be text sent from the number ending in 7966, assigned to Anna Walsh, to 8646 about properties.
And those properties are all situated in or around the greater DC area or Baltimore, correct?
Yes.
And do you know, officer, from your involvement in this case, about what time Ms. Walsh arrived in Cohasset when she drove up from DC?
On the 25th?
Yes.
I do not know.
If I told you that she arrived sometime around 8 or 8:30 in the evening, does that sound accurate to you based on your review of all the data?
Sounds reasonable.
So it would appear that all these Zillow listings we just referred to that are occurring sometime around 10:30 p.m. on 12/25 through 10:58, it appears that he's already home, Anna Walsh is already back home, and she's texting on her phone to a phone assigned to Brian Walsh all of these listings, correct?
Yes.
Now we're referring you to what's been marked Exhibit 168, the call log. I'm going to refer you to record number 114 at page 10. And it shows that there was some type of phone connection for 5 minutes and 19 seconds between the phone assigned to Anna Walsh and Brian Walsh, and to the phone assigned to Brian Walsh.
Correct.
And we can go down and just follow that on page 9, record number 112. We see a 36-minute phone call between the phones assigned to Anna Walsh and Brian Walsh. Correct?
Correct.
Once again, you don't know what the content of the phone call was, but that's what it appears, that there was a 36-minute phone call between them.
Yes.
And we continue to go down. Page 9, record 106. Now there's a 21-minute phone call, correct?
Yes.
Now we're on Exhibit 161. Now we're on a different date. We're on the next date. December 27th of 2022. I'm going to refer you to record number 31.
Oh, hell no. This judge better pump the brakes on this. We are not going through the 27th, the 28th, the 29th, the 30th, the 31st. No, I think it's sufficient to say that he continued to call her until whatever happened early in the morning, whether it be red rum or she had adult SIDS. But I swear to God, if the judge allows this, I will lose my mind.
6, page 22. You recognize that entry on Exhibit 161?
What was the page number, sir? Sorry, I put the 168 down.
That's fine. Page 22, record number 316.
Okay.
You see that?
I do.
It occurred at 6:57:46 a.m., correct?
Yes.
That's that reference you were asked on direct examination yesterday, that reference to all my exes, correct?
Yes.
And then on the same day, and now we're looking at Exhibit 168, the call log. We're going to refer you to page 9 and ask you to look at record 104. They begin a series of phone calls, 3 phone calls, 10 minutes and 43 seconds, 1 minute and 1 second, a third one, 26 minutes and 21 seconds, all originating from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh, to Anna Walsh. Do you need me to tell you exactly what the records are? I apologize.
Yeah, could you go again with the record number, sir?
Yes, 104,
Okay.
102, and 100.
Okay, yes.
Okay. And then there is at record 98 on page 8, 98 at page 8, there's a 23-minute phone call.
Correct.
And that originated from the phone assigned to Anna Walsh.
Correct.
Now, I want to refer you to now the text messaging that's been entered as Exhibit 169 at page 7, and it's timestamped 10:59:32 a.m. And it appears that the phone assigned to Anna Walsh texts, when can they have the thing signed? Do you see that?
I do, sir.
And immediately following that, in the call log, Exhibit 168, is a phone call that lasts 6 minutes from the phones assigned to Anna Walsh and Brian Walsh. And it originated from Anna Walsh's phone, didn't it not?
I'm just checking the call log now, sir.
Astounding job continuing to prove that she was alive until she wasn't.
You see that?
I see the text, but I don't see the specific call you were referring to in the call log, sir.
Okay. Let me try to give you page 8,
Yep.
record number 96, timestamped at 11:05:17 a.m.
Page 8, 98 on this one has a different time and date, sir.
All right, what is it? Just tell the jury what it is.
This one is December 27, 2022, 10:41 a.m. That's number 98 for this one.
And it lasts for 23 minutes, 10 seconds.
Yes.
Go on down to now, page 8, record number 96 on the same exhibit, 11:05:17 a.m. A phone call that lasts 6 minutes and 54 seconds.
Correct.
Now, we're going to jump down a little bit, and at Exhibit 169, the text messages, on page 8, a text message timestamped at 6:36:44, there's a text that reads, "Did they sign?"
Yes, I see that.
And then you see a text following that, the very next text, timestamped at 6:39 p.m. in Exhibit 169, and it looks like it originates
I think it's
from
just
the phone
the
assigned
angle of
to
the light.
Anna Walsh, and she says, "I emailed Stephen to see if he helped with the paperwork," correct?
Yes.
And then as we go through these text messages, the next text message is the phone assigned to Brian Walsh. She said they signed. That's the text message.
Yes.
Then the same phone texts immediately thereafter, "Let's get this deal done."
That's correct.
And then there's a text from Anna Walsh, apparently, or the phone assigned to her immediately thereafter. "Did she text you?" You see that?
Yes, I do.
Then the phone assigned to Brian Walsh says yes. And then the next text is on page 10 at 6:39:36. Anna Walsh texts, at least her phone does, "I didn't see it."
Yes, correct.
And then a few seconds later, that phone texts, "Great."
Yes.
And then that same phone assigned to Anna Walsh at 6:40 texts, "Let me have Stephen confirm and I'll Venmo them."
Yes, correct.
And then there's a text that says, "Great," from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh. Then immediate text about an hour and a half later that says, "Hello." And that's at page 11 on Exhibit 169 at 8:03:04.
Correct, yes.
So based on your investigation, based on your review of this data, that series of texts where they're talking about a deal and Venmo and everything else, it appears to you, doesn't it, that they were involved in the sale of property or something? Is that fair to say?
It appears they were looking at,
Conclusion. Oh, withdraw.
You can answer.
it appears they were looking at properties and possibly have sold the property or something based off those text messages.
Again, what does this have to do with the crime for which your client is charged?
Did you, as one of the investigators in the case, did you have any assignment to go try to explore what this sale was?
I did not.
Okay. Let me ask you something, Trooper. You're assigned to the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office, correct?
Yes.
There's a number of other troopers that are assigned to that office specifically to investigate serious felonies, allegations of serious felonies, correct?
That is correct, sir.
And is it fair to say that, I think earlier in cross-examination testimony, you said that you collaborated, you talked to each other, you
Correct.
shared information, correct?
Yes.
And so one of the reasons you share information amongst your fellow troopers that are assigned to the district attorney's office is so you can all learn more about the case and make a better understanding of what the data means and what the information you're getting might mean, correct?
Yeah, we should collaborate, share information about any investigation going on.
Based on
I
your
mean, I do agree with the premise that the Norfolk, state troopers do all share one brain for each 3 troopers. So yes, they do have to collaborate because one uses the brain at a time. Yes, this is how every investigation has ever worked since the end of time. Sure, collaborate.
collaboration with your fellow troopers in connection with this case, are you aware of any one of your fellow troopers assigned to investigate this case that ever went out and tried to determine the nature of that sale of property that we just went through based on the information that's in these 3 different sources of information?
I believe so.
Okay. And do you know what the sale of property was?
I don't know the details of it.
Do you know where the property was that was sold?
I believe the North Shore somewhere.
Do you know how much it involved?
I do not.
Do you know whose name that property was in?
I do not.
Do you know where the proceeds went, the proceeds of the sale went?
No, sir.
Okay. I want to ask you, refer to Exhibit 169 on the screen. It'll be at page 11, a text timestamped at 8:03:04 p.m. And there is a text coming from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh that says, hello.
Yes.
It's followed by a text that says, from the phone assigned to Anna Walsh, phone died.
Correct.
There's a text that immediately follows that, indicates a screenshot of a phone.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And then a text that immediately follows, literally, that's the word that's used. And that's coming from the phone assigned to Anna Walsh.
Yes.
And then a text that follows about 2 minutes later, coming from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh, where he simply says hello.
Yes.
Then an immediate text after that, from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh. Do you need a new phone?
Correct.
And then there is that text where it appears at 6:18:55 a.m. at page 14 on Exhibit 169, where Brian Walsh, the phone assigned to Brian Walsh, is texting location data to 1001 Connecticut Avenue, northwest of Verizon store.
Yes, it appears to be an address to a Verizon store.
Okay. And
Well, I'm going to call it at 1 because Mr. Moe and I have errands to run. So we might have a little boop to kind of finish Monday. But oh my goodness. This apparently it goes on for a bit longer. Looks like we've got at least 11 minutes.
that's what we talked about a little bit before, right?
Right, yes.
But now we have it in context, don't we? We realize that there's text going back between these phones of Anna Walsh's phone seem to not be working right, and then the phone assigned to Brian Walsh finds the location of the store and sends it.
Yes.
And if you just keep going down those texts, the next text, the phone assigned to Anna Walsh, she says, thank you, right?
Yes.
Okay, now we're changed to the next date, 12/28/22. We're looking at Exhibit 169, and there's a series of texts that begin at 7:10:59 a.m. on page 14, and the phone assigned to Anna Walsh says, "Will work from home today," correct?
Correct.
And then there's a text that follows 3 minutes later from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh, says, "Feel better."
Correct.
And I mean, from reading those texts, it would suggest that Anna Walsh wasn't feeling well, and she was working at home, correct?
Yes.
And then there's a text immediately thereafter from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh saying, "Let me get the boys ready." Correct?
Yes.
You know, what are the cardinal rules right under don't piss off the judge? If you're in a criminal or civil trial where there happens to be a jury, don't piss off the jury. Because if I am a juror and I'm sitting here on my Friday and and this lawyer is going through everything but what we're here to talk about, oh, I'm pissed. And they're already asking me to do a big thing, which is, buy this absolutely ridiculous story. If you want me to buy an absolutely ridiculous story, don't piss me off by wasting my time. And I think that the defense is pissing off the jury.
As we scroll through these texts, The text at page 16, timestamp 7:15:15 a.m., there's a text, comes from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh, says, love you. Correct?
Could you scroll down a little further, please?
Page 16, timestamp 7:15:15 a.m.
Yes, correct.
And then immediately thereafter, there's a text, page 16, immediately following that text, coming from the phone assigned to Anna Walsh, and she says, love, or the phone says, love you too.
Correct.
The phone assigned to Brian Walsh says, I will get you a plunger. Correct?
Yes.
Next text from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh, and a Porsche.
Yes.
The phone assigned to Anna Walsh says, haha.
Correct.
Then Anna Walsh phone says, thank you.
Yes.
The phone assigned to Brian Walsh says they both start with P.
Correct.
Do you think that phone is referring to the Porsche and the plunger?
Yes, sir.
And then Anna Walsh, the phone anyway, responds, I'll take care of the plunger. You just get the Porsche. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then there's a couple of texts back and forth saying, ha ha, ha ha. Right?
Yes.
Immediately thereafter, at about an hour and a half later, same exhibit 169, page 20, at 9:26:13 a.m., from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh, there's a screenshot of a Porsche, correct?
Yeah, it appears to be a vehicle. I don't know if it's a Porsche or not, sir.
Okay.
Because the screenshot was all he could afford. Again, Anna was the one that was actually bringing in the money. So for all intents and purposes, Anna would be buying her Porsche herself.
And then there's a second text and another screenshot. And can you tell if it's of a Porsche?
Don't believe so based off the picture.
Okay. Then at 9:30, on 12/28, page 21, still the text, the phone assigned to Brian Walsh says hello.
No, Monty Sunshine, he did text Anna after he already knew he had disposed of her. But those actually never got sent to her phone. Those were just in his phone. All these texts that the lawyer is focusing on are all before January the 1st, early morning hours, somewhere before 4:20 or 4:30 a.m. is when they believe that Anna was either passed away in her sleep or was unalived and dismembered, or at least unalived. So these are actually interactions that they had, but this is prior to the incident that's even in question here.
Correct.
And about 3 hours later, the phone assigned to Anna Walsh texts back, fix the phone.
Correct.
She then continues, her phone does, SIM card died. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm going to jump down to the next text at Exhibit 169, page 22, timestamp 3/22/23, and it contains 3 more images of property, correct?
Could you scroll down, please? Thank you. Yes, sir.
And then there's a text of 3 movies being sent from the phone assigned to Anna Walsh. It's 3 movies, and if you can read the related data to those movies, does it indicate to you, based on your experience as a forensic digital specialist, that those movies have to do with the property postings?
Yes, could you scroll up a little, please? Just, okay, yeah, so they're attachments to a text, yes.
Okay. And then, right at the same time, there is a reference made to 3 family brownstone from the phone assigned to Anna Walsh, correct?
Yes, correct.
Then what happens is, on the call log, Exhibit 168 at page 6, record 66, there's a phone call between the phones assigned to Anna Walsh and Brian Walsh.
Record 66, sir?
Yes.
Yes.
And then when we go back to Exhibit 69, right in the same time frame, now there's text being exchanged between the phones assigned to Anna Walsh and Brian Walsh, including a text, looks good, then 1 minute. And the phones continue to text. And then there's another phone call that we can find at Exhibit 168, page 6, record 64. And it's a phone call between the phones assigned to them. So those phones are communicating together. I mean, we don't know what they're saying, right?
Correct.
And then if you go back to the text.
No.
We're still on the same day, 12/28. Now there's text about, from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh, then the numbers work. It's a timestamp 3:50:19.
Yes.
Now there's a couple of phone calls that immediately follow that text. Phone calls between the phones assigned to Anna Walsh, and that's from Exhibit 168, first at page 6, record 62.
Yes, sir.
And then page 5, record 60.
Yes.
Then what happens? Same day, 12/28. On the call log, Exhibit 1.
I slowly succumb to the madness that is being created by listening to this irrelevant drivel. Is this actually how the 12 Monkeys virus started? Is this another version of, Clockwork Orange? I feel like I should be getting hazard pay.
68 at
just
page
joking.
5,
This is
record
fun, but-
56. There is a 21-minute, 47-second phone call between the two phones assigned to Anna Walsh and Brian Walsh.
Yes, incoming call from 7966, assigned to Anna Walsh.
And then about 30 minutes later, another phone call, this time originating from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh, that's for 15 minutes and 11 seconds.
Yes.
He's looking at the jury
continue
like,
to-
I'm not doing this to you guys. It is him. Like, don't blame me. Look, I know we get a bad rap. I know we've got a lot. Look, we apologize for Trooper Proctor. All right. I'm not doing this to you guys. I'm trying to do better for the troopers.
Scroll through the text messages that are contained in Exhibit 169. And I want to refer to page 30 and the text message timestamped 11:18 a.m., 11:18:10 a.m. Do you see the text coming from the phone assigned to Anna Walsh that said, it's incoming soon at 199K?
I do.
And the next text is, had 2 bathrooms, good shape.
Yes.
Next text from the phone assigned to Anna Walsh, offer 195K.
Yeah.
Response from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh, probably. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
Then immediately
The phone
thereafter, a
is
text that
mommy
says,
bottom?
let's see what TJ says.
Yes.
And then there's a series of texts that immediately follow. Okay. Then there's another Zillow posting. We're now at page 32 of Exhibit 169. And then there's a specific reference from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh. They paid $80,000 in 2015, correct?
Yes.
And there's a second text, assessment at 4. What's that text say? At 11:21:31.
Shouldn't you be able to read it, Old Man River? Why? What is going on? What in the jurisprudence is going on here?
Page 32.
Assessment at 120K, 120K.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It sounds like the communications going on between these two phones is talking about the possible purchase of a new property, right?
Yes.
And that Zillow reference in Exhibit 169 at page 32 at 11:19:54, that Zillow reference is a property in DC, isn't it?
Yes.
And then scrolling down to page 33, 11:21:50, we see a text, zesting at 175K.
Yes.
And what does zesting mean? Do you have any idea?
The estimate of the property.
Okay. And then the next text is, our unit is really 1820 square feet.
Correct.
All right, may we approach?
Yes?
Please, God, prosecution, make it stop. Yeah, good God. Yeah, Brian, hold your head in your face. Your lawyer's doing a great job getting everyone else who is going to give you a chance to hate you.
As we continue with this series of texts, now we're on December 29th, page 33 of Exhibit 169. At 11:21:59, the phone assigned to Anna Walsh text, and this one as well.
Yes.
The next text from the phone assigned to Anna Walsh, 13:20 above ground, 500 under.
Correct.
Do you have any idea what the reference or the context is for that text? 13:20 above ground, 500 under.
The possible square footage of the property?
Okay. And then the next text, coming from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh, let's see how much work it needs. You see that?
Yes.
Then there's a text, are they renting it out?
Yes.
Then the next text, makes sense to take it down hard. Correct?
I see that, yes.
And then, does it sound like to you, based on your investigation in this case, that there's a discussion going on about possibly buying a new property in or around the DC area?
Yes.
Hey, anyone remember when this was a murder trial? Because Pepperidge Farms remembers when this was a murder trial and not the mundane ridiculousness between two spouses. I remember.
I want to go forward now to Exhibit 161. I'm going to focus you to page 54, record 804, occurring at 9:13:47 p.m. And there's a reference once again to the Mazda building in Washington. Oh, I'm sorry.
$804, sir?
Yes, record 804 at page 54.
Yes.
And Exhibit 161.
Correct, yes.
Then returning now to the text of Exhibit 169 on 12:30, page 40, a text occurring at 6:01:24 a.m. from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh. Flight on time? Question mark.
Yes.
From the phone assigned to Anna Walsh. Hi.
Yes.
Phone assigned to Anna Walsh. Next text so far.
Correct.
Next text, yes, from Anna Walsh's phone.
Correct.
Next text from Anna Walsh's phone. Boarding now.
Yes.
Next text from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh. Great.
Correct.
Next text from Anna Walsh signed. Ha.
Correct.
Then the next text, immediately following that, from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh, did you get test? And then the next immediate text that follows is the word rest.
Yes, correct.
Does it appear to you that the texter intended to say, did you get rest, and change text to rest?
Objection conclusion.
What? Why? For what reason are we being tortured like this? I don't remember doing anything terribly wrong this week. Out of the norm for me.
Sustained.
Possible, yes.
Then the next text is awake early, I see, and that comes from the phone assigned to Anna Walsh.
Correct.
And at page 43 in Exhibit 169, the phone assigned to Anna Walsh simply says a little. And then that phone says it was a big Thursday night. Do you see those texts?
I do, sir.
And those are at 6:02 a.m. on December 30th.
Correct.
As you scroll down to the text dated
no more
12/30/22 at page 46, a text at 12:07 p.m., there's a text coming from the phone of Anna Walsh, and it includes two photographs, correct?
Yes.
And I believe the photographs are blurred, but based on your review, do these photographs include pictures of a female and a young child?
They did.
And the response from the phone assigned to Brian Walsh says, looking good.
That's correct.
Then immediately thereafter, I should say not immediately, but 3 minutes later, a text coming from the phone assigned to Anna Walsh, and it includes another photo of, if you know, a female and a young child.
Correct.
Okay, it looks like this goes on for another hour. So I am going to stop this stream, and I will probably come back this afternoon after I run my errands with Mr. Mo before the young feral children come home. We will finish this up because there's almost an hour more. It does look like we only have about 20 more minutes of this horror left. Thank you guys for hanging out, making it fun. Y'all, I have no idea what the hell this man was attempting to accomplish today other than testing my patience, and I really don't think he understands that's not a good idea. But what is also not a good idea is to waste the jury's time. And if all jury members don't feel like their time was wasted after the first 2 hours into this, I can't imagine. You know, I would be pissed off. At this point, we are almost a full week in, and the defense wants to get nowhere near the point, which I understand because, I mean, their client sucked out loud at criming. But that's not the world that we live in. Apparently, we are going to do everything but, talk about what we're actually on trial for. So if you want to, continue the ish show, I will be back in the afternoon to finish up this little bit of testimony and hopefully we get into something different. So I will see you a little bit later. I'm going to go do some errands and pick up the wild feral boys, which on balance doesn't seem like a great idea. But we still have to get them. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye.